everyone. Welcome to our newest episode of Call It with Kaitlin and Brittany. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kaitlin.
And we'd like to welcome you. Yes. Kaitlin is still battling what we're calling a sniffly, phlegmy, coughy
Sinus infection.
Infection.
Yes, it's very lovely, but this is the best my voice has sounded in like 5 days.
That's
so.
true.
But I never know if it's going to go high, if it's going to low, if it's going to cut out. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I hope that you are on the road to recovery.
I feel much better today, even though it sounds questionable.
Yeah, no. On Sunday we had the Q&A after the long run, and that was, I didn't know if you were going to make it, but your voice was better.
I think it got better.
Yes, than it was at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
That was really fun because we had you as moderator.
Yes.
Which was very entertaining. We had a great group of campers that showed up, and we talked about different things leading into their race day coming up. So it was really fun as we start to wrap up camp.
Yeah. Well, thinking and talking about things that are coming up, let's start off with this Sunday. It is the once a year Space Coast Runners pop-up shop.
So excited.
This is an exciting opportunity for Space Coast Runners members. So after the long run this Sunday in Cocoa Village from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., we will have everything that we have brought in for the Space Coast Marathon Expo available to our members first come. Yep. So if you want your first crack at awesome items like our Pacific Blue Run With Us shirt, oh look at this, it's a long sleeve. Available.
And this weekend we're gonna have our Florida winter, so
yeah, so
even beachside is gonna get down to the 40s the next 2 nights. So
well, that means you might need a sweatshirt.
Might need a sweatshirt.
Yes.
Hoodie.
Yep. So we will have all these new and exciting things coming soon. We will have the sweatshirt in gray, like you see, charcoal and blue.
Ooh.
We'll have the new running hats in the 4 different assortments, and then everything else. Oh, look at this beautiful shirt here. You can buy that too. So yes, pop-up shop Sunday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can get there early, but the shop will not open until 8 a.m.
Awesome.
So yeah. So.
And if you can't make it to the pop-up shop, where could you get these wonderful items?
After pop-up shop, if we still have sizes available, it'll be available online. So you can go to spacecoastrunners.org, hit the shop online, and that will connect you to our retail store. And then of course, they will be at the Race Expo for the Space Coast Marathon, and that's taking place on Saturday, November 30th, also at Cocoa Village.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. And speaking of the marathon, that is our next race in the Space Coast Runners Runner of the Year series.
Yay!
So we just had the Dash in Life 5K last Saturday in Merritt Island. Really good race. How did you feel? You ran it.
Yeah, really good turnout. I'd never done that course before, but it was a little out and back in the mall parking lot, and then you got to go around the lake there. So had a good showing from Space Coast Runners members, and it was a lot of fun. I brought the boys with me. And they had a blast.
Yeah, no, it was really great. A lot of veterans, saw a lot of red, white, and blue for the USA. And yeah, it was a good race. So Space Coast Runner Series points have been updated for our Runner of the Year series for men, for women. All the masters and age group categories are updated, as well as our Ran All Races Challenge. So you can look and see if you got your correct participation credit. If there are ever any questions, feel free to email info@spacecoastrunners.org. But the Space Coast Marathon and Half Marathon that is happening next weekend after Thanksgiving is our next Roy Series race. So that will be race number 3.
Oh, so exciting. And so I know the marathon is full.
Sold out.
But how many spots are there less than the half?
Ooh, the half is going too, so it's getting pretty exciting. There are 292 slots left in the half marathon.
Yeah, so that'll sell out.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it will.
There is a waiting list for the marathon, so I think the cutoff might be this weekend, but if you were signed up for the marathon and your training hasn't been going great and you decide to switch down to the half, that waiting list, if you're on it, there's a possibility that you might be able to get into the race.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great year. It all kicks off with in-store packet pickup next week at Running Zone, and then we transition after Thanksgiving to the Race Expo on Saturday, where there will also be race packet pickup. I am still looking for some volunteers, so if you're thinking that you might have some time on your hand on that Saturday, I need about 15 more volunteers to come out and help out with packet pickup. So get in touch if you can do that. What else is going on race day or Race Expo Day?
Yeah, so at 10 a.m. on Saturday, I'm going to be hosting a shakeout run on the course. So it's just 2 miles out and back along the South Course. It's put on by Running Zone, presented by Brooks Running. So they're going to have a Brooks rep out there. And so that's going to be really fun. It's all paces, all abilities. You can walk, you can run. We're going to have a lead biker. We're going to have a cone at the turnaround. But you can come out and I'll be answering questions. If you have questions about the course, if this is your first marathon or half marathon, we can chat through any questions that you have if you're not sure what to expect on race day. And again, just walk through the course so that when you show up on Sunday, you know exactly where to start, you know exactly where you're finishing and everything in between.
Right, and you did this for the first time last year, and you had like over almost 50 people last year, which was a surprise.
It was a really big turnout. I wasn't expecting that many, so hopefully we get some more out this year, and that'll be really fun to get everybody ready and kick off the race for Sunday.
Yeah, so speaking of the start and finish, because of the construction that's happening down at the boat ramp, the course has been modified. Don't worry, it's still certified, so if you're looking for a Boston qualifying run, it's still going to be so, but the start and finish lines have changed. They are now, you're starting and finishing on, I believe it's Harrison, and it will, right there in front of Village Idiot Pub. So that will be your start finish. All of the after party will take place in the fields in front of the little amphitheater and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that. The boat ramp, although it's a great finish line, it's always nice just to switch it up and have a little bit different finish line, especially for those that have run the race before.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, particularly excited to be running the half on the south side.
So happy.
Because it's the party side.
Flat.
Although I do have a funny story. So in Coffee with Coach, today's Wednesday, on Monday. So as part of camp, I hope Coffee with Coach on Monday for about 45 minutes. I talk about different topics throughout the camp and then answer it and open it up to questions. So one question related to Space Coast Marathon and Half Marathon was if it was a good idea to take alcoholic beverages that were offered along the course.
Oh, have you ever done so?
No, I barely drink alcoholic beverages off the course.
True. So,
but yeah, I was like, if you're there for performance, no, I don't suggest that. There will be a lot of people lined up with beverages, but if you are there for performance, I think just take the water and beverages that are offered as part of the race.
Well, I can also speak to it because it was 2 years ago. We were doing, I would say, what was a social Space Coast Half Marathon.
Yeah.
So I was running with a group of individuals, and we were offered champagne, and I believe it was Bud Light. And 2 miles left of the race. You know, we're having a great time. Let's do it. So I took, a little swig of the champagne and everything. And for the next 2 miles, I had heartburn.
I would say, how did you feel?
I did not feel good.
Yeah, I really cannot imagine
it's not good.
Many things worse than trying to drink any type of alcohol while running hard. Like that just.
Yeah, that's why you don't hear about the tequila mile.
Another funny story. This was probably, I must have been home for college. It was like 22, 23. And I was doing a run workout around Satellite Beach. My mom was biking with me.
In 2022?
No, I was 22 or 23.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like 2 years ago.
No, I was 22 or 23.
Okay.
I had to make sure I was above 21.
Yes.
I was out doing a run workout around Satellite Beach.
Okay.
My mom was biking with me next to, like she always does, like had a water bottle on her bike cage. So I got done with one of my efforts. I reached over, red wine.
Oh, she was having
happy hour because it was in the evening. I didn't know she had filled the water bottle up with red wine. I got done an effort, wanted some water, and yeah, it was not an enjoyable experience.
Wow, that was exciting. Way to go, Mom. I like that happy hour.
Yeah. I wish she would have warned me because that was unpleasant.
So yeah.
Know what you're drinking.
Yeah, know what you're drinking, and if you do decide to drink an alcoholic beverage, it's on you.
Drink responsibly.
Please do. Okay. I think our only kind of last housekeeping item that I just wanted to throw out there was for this Saturday. It is the Flamingo Family Fun Run 3K in Vero Beach. And why are we talking about this? We're talking about it because they have a largest team prize of $5,000. And I thought it would be an awesome thing for Space Coast runners to win. And right now we are leading the team competition. We have 45 people signed up, so thank you to those 45 individuals.
We only had 20 like 5 days ago.
I know, they keep coming in,
it's amazing.
But I don't think we have enough. I mean, we need more. We need more. If Space Coast Runners wins the $5,000 prize, $2,500 would go to our SCR Youth Series.
Wonderful.
And then $2,500 would go to the SCR Christian Lake Memorial Student Scholarship that gets awarded each year. So 2 really good causes that you can contribute to just by going and running a 3K at the Vero Beach Airport.
And I mean, a detail of that is it's a number of people registered will be the winning team, not that finish.
True.
So if you think you can make it down there, if you're not sure, like we registered the whole family, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it down, but we added 4 to the number just by registering. So it's registrants, not people in the race.
Right. It all counts.
It all counts. Amazing.
So so fingers crossed for Saturday.
Yes. Good.
So yeah, well, now we have something really exciting and special. It's our first interview really that we've been doing recently.
I
Right?
can't believe someone wanted to join us.
I know, it's exciting. Okay, so without further ado, we would like BJ Graham, who's our tie-dye extraordinaire, to slide on in. Come on in,
let's
BJ.
Ooh, that was
Slide in.
good.
That was a good one.
Very good.
All right.
So yeah, so some of you may or may not know, but BJ Graham is a tie-dye artist locally here in Indy Atlantic, and for the past 2 years, this will be year 3, he has collabed with Space Coast Runners to do an exclusive tie-dye t-shirt collection.
Oh, look what I have on.
Wow, Kaitlin, was that from 2022 or
It was.
2023?
2020, was this last year's?
No, that's actually the first year.
Oh, this
So-
is vintage.
Yes,
This
2022.
is an original. Yes.
Yes, and I know that by the tie-dye designs and then how Space Coast Runners is presented as well. But this is something that we tossed around and has been a super seller for us. The collections sell out. BJ, how many new designs are we going to be debuting? Are we sticking with 3 or?
Yep. We're going with 3 this time.
Okay, that is so awesome. So without further ado, we're gonna reveal one of our
Revealing.
designs here.
This
Look
one's
at
super
that.
cool. That is super cool.
It's so nice. So yeah, this is one of the new looks. Now you were talking to me about this one. How many blues are in this?
So there's 5 different blues in there.
And what are we calling
And
this
that-
one?
So this one, I'm not sure that we've arrived on the official name yet.
Right, we're
But
Okay, it's up in the air.
So it's in the tie-dye terms, it's a spiral ice dye. And
spiral ice dye.
This one more specifically is ice over dye. So you get a little bit more pronounced and bold colors, but you still get some color splitting from all the different blues.
Oh, definitely. And I think this is a perfect one to represent the Space Coast because it looks beachy, it looks spacey, kind of cosmic. So another great design. So I can't wait to see the other 2. And they'll be at the pop-up shop?
They will be.
Okay, and this is just a one-time collab, so the 2024 collab will debut this Sunday. Tell us, BJ, like, what really inspires you behind these designs?
Well, that's a good question. It's just experimenting and trying different things. Originally, I started doing tie-dye because we had a bunch of leftover white shirts, didn't know what to do with, and thought I heard somebody say tie-dye. I'd never done it before, so I'll give it a try and see what it's like. But I found out that I was kind of good at it from the
Yes.
beginning, and it was a great stress relieving activity. I could just,
That you could do.
yeah, if I was having a day, I could just sit down with a bunch of t-shirts and just try
Tie-dye
and think
away?
up, yeah.
So when you first started tie-dyeing, I heard a rumor you went a little nuts with tie-dyeing a variety of garments in your house. Is that true?
Oh yeah. So every old stained up white shirt in the
That
house.
you could
Yeah.
find.
I even bleached some that were darker in color to get them white, so then I could re-dye them.
Recycling
Yeah.
at its
Yeah,
best.
very good.
So yeah. So now I've gone to going with plain white shirts. I've got a few different vendors online.
That's
Very
awesome.
good.
So, why don't you ask a question?
Oh. I don't know that one. So what interested you in the art of tie-dye to begin with? And we know that you're colorblind.
Yes.
How do you tie-dye colorblind? That's my big
So,
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
a huge thing.
That's probably the most difficult part for me. Is so there's a lot of different levels of color blindness. I'm not completely colorblind to where I don't see any color, but I don't see reds and I don't see greens, and then any other, so like purple, it just looks like dark blue to me. I don't.
You don't see
I
a variation.
don't
of it.
understand what purple is.
Okay.
And I've shown up with some interesting outfits in the past, not knowing what color's what. But for me, it's something. So blues are something that I do see.
Okay.
So I use
Easy.
blue a lot.
So that's how you can determine that there are
Mhm.
5 different blues.
But there could be purple in there, and I
You wouldn't notice
I don't
that.
know. It just looks
there
like
kind of is a
navy
little
blue.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to label all my colors. Like I have to stick to that, especially dye bottles. They're darker. It's harder to tell anyway.
Mhm.
And if I don't label them,
You have no idea what you'll get.
it might be red, and I think it's a brown.
That's really interesting.
Okay, so I know several years ago you got sunglasses that helped with the color blindness, correct? Didn't they help? Or no?
They changed the way things look, but I don't think they really helped.
Oh, I was gonna say if you tie-dyed in sunglasses, if that helped, but no.
Yeah, like if you got them on.
Yeah, and the problem with those was it changed the way that, so I've been like this my whole life.
Yeah, you don't
I
know any
I don't know
different.
the
Yeah,
difference. So all of a sudden when you start changing colors on me, I'm like, what is this? I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening here.
I can't believe, I think,
So-
like, I knew you for like 15 years before I even knew that you were colorblind.
Well, how I found out he was colorblind, BJ was volunteering for Eat My Crust, and I always have a different volunteer shirt, so I'm like, hey, the color of the shirt, so you know, you can coordinate is seafoam green, and he was like, okay. And I was like, what? He's like, you know I'm colorblind, right? I'm like, no.
Like, so that was not helpful information.
Well, I think he related to Trinity, and she helped.
So it looked off-white to me, or gray.
Yeah,
'Cause-
so
yeah.
Yes,
seafoam green.
very good.
So, when you talked about the ice style, like what are some of the other tie-dye styles or techniques that you utilize in your process?
So there's several others. Spiral, like what Kaitlin's wearing, and this one here, Spiral, is probably my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the scrunch style, and then there's what I'll be doing this time is the Japanese. Well, it's a tie-dye version of a Japanese shibori technique, and so that is actually a huge area of different types of Japanese textile.
It sounds very fancy.
It is, and some of it's really fancy. It's
very
they,
intricate.
They use dyeing and the different folding techniques, and you wouldn't realize that it was like done in a tie-dye manner. It looks like it's a print on a fabric. Mine's a little different than that. It looks more tie-dye.
Well, I love the way that you're bringing different cultures into your collections.
We're very inclusive.
Very.
So you were saying when you walked in, we were talking before getting on, that with this new, I can't say the word, but Japanese style of shirts, that you were doing all of them at one time, and then it's like a step-by-step process. So is it, like, how long does it take you to do these tie-dye shirts? And then specifically with that style, you have to do part of it and let it sit, and then, like, so how does it work?
Yes. So there's a little run through the process. Basically, the dye is a powder. Got to mix it with water, and it reacts with natural fibers. So there's kind of two conditions that have to be met for the dye to react. It's got to be a natural fiber, and the pH has to be very high. So soda ash is what we soak the shirts in to get the pH high enough for the dye to react. So the one of the shirts in particular that I'm doing, it's got two different colors, sticking with the SCR red, white, and blue theme.
White and blue.
It's blue and red, and so what I have to do is dye it with the one color. I went with red first in this case.
Okay.
So I got to go through the whole process of soaking it, dyeing it, let it sit, and then wash it out because I still have a lot of white space on there, and you can get some staining. So you have to be very careful to not get any back staining. So then I basically go through that process again, re-soaking it after I've completely rinsed all the red out. And so that one is time consuming.
It's time consuming,
Yep.
I bet.
Yeah.
People don't think, like, when they look at like a tie-dye shirt, how much time and effort and thought process actually goes
Yeah.
into it unless you've done it yourself, which I've never done. I know you've dabbled.
Yeah, but just for the boys.
Yep, and then
very different from this.
Yeah, you've taken it to an all new level.
Yes, yes.
Make everything difficult.
Yes.
So yeah,
So how many of these shirts will we have available in total?
in total,
Between the 3 different styles?
I believe it's 50.
Okay,
Yep.
50 shirts.
50
all
shirts, various sizes.
Okay.
Yep, and the 3 different styles. So if you are looking to get one of the shirts, Pop-Up Shop is your best chance because
They go.
they go.
Very good.
They go.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers about your tie-dyeing? No?
No, I think we covered it all.
Okay, well, I'll give you a little plug. BJ also heads up the Swim Melbourne Masters swim team that practices and trains here in Melbourne at a pool. And that happens every day of the week. I don't know.
I guess the ocean. I
Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah, no, pool swimming, and that's basically Monday through Saturday. And you have different time sessions. What's the website address that they could find out more?
Yeah, so you can find us online at swimmelbmasters.com.
Very
Okay,
good.
and it's for all levels. They have a group that's called the Little Guppies. So if you've never swam or you swam when you were 8 but would like to get back into the pool, they've got it all covered for you.
Very good.
Well, thank you for being
All
our
right.
wonderful guest.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes, before you leave though, we would like to do a taste test.
I'm gonna get.
Yeah, so we get tons and tons of products for feature night at our training camp.
Yep.
And one of our product brands has been Element or Element, is however you want to say it. They have been so generous to send us different samples, and they have some intriguing flavors. So today, give it a little shake, Kaitlin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, today we're going to be sampling 2 of
This is gonna be your entertainment of the day because I have actively avoided these flavors.
Why is that?
I don't know, because lemon habanero doesn't sound real appealing anytime. I'm not a habanero kind of girl.
What about mango chili?
Not a spicy kind of girl. No.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's see. Yep, you get.
Is that what we got here?
Yeah, here.
Okay, all right. So our green
We
is
should just
our,
mix them up.
no, our lemon habanero, and then our orange glass is
These are
going to
different
be
colors?
like yeah, yeah, and it's like
Okay.
shots, right? Sure.
Yes, I can just do that real quick. Not
Okay,
taste
we'll
it.
start on the right. So we're going to start with mango chili.
Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was
That's
gonna be.
not-
It's got a little like chili kick at the end, but I thought that was gonna be really bad. That's actually not that bad.
There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's good.
I'm also a little, so this could be.
I mean,
It doesn't taste much more different than just like the regular, like a lemon or a lemon lime. There's a little bit of like a chili kick. I
a
feel on top
little
of my
bit
mouth.
at the end.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
I don't feel any no heat to it, but the little flavor of the chili flavor itself and pepper, but not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it would just be.
I thought I was
something
gonna
that
spit it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So that was better. So that's our mango chili. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium,
Yep.
and 600 milligrams of magnesium.
I will use this time to tell everyone, even if it's cool for Space Coast Marathon, half marathon in about 10 days, make sure you are taking your electrolytes before, during, and after,
Okay.
which is what this is.
All right. Well, let's go
Okay.
to electrolyte number 2.
Okay, now we got lemon habanero.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be worse.
Bottoms up.
I don't like that one. It's not as bad as I thought, but I don't like it. I don't know what it's like I'm drinking. It's like I'm drinking what's left over, the juice that's left over after salsa.
Okay. So my take on this one is it's definitely got the lemon, almost like a lemon pickle. I don't know if it's the color of the glass that's doing that for me or what, but
Yeah, it does have like a pickled, like,
a pickly.
like an onion pickly.
And then the habaneros at the end. Honestly, with the names, I thought they were going to be like scorchers.
Yeah, this actually isn't. This
They're
is actually
not.
fine. I mean, like, I would drink this if I had to. This one, I'm feeling a little heat at the end.
At the
more
very
than
end.
that one.
What are your thoughts, BJ?
No, so I'm a fan of habanero peppers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't taste habanero at all. I do taste the lime.
How many habanero peppers have you eaten that have desensitized your mouth?
I'm up to being able to eat 3 at a time.
Wow. Okay.
I don't do that.
So when they come out with the ghost pepper, you're all in for that one.
Oh, yeah, now I feel
That one's a little different. Huh?
That's
That's
serious.
spicier.
Okay.
I love these products, but I would struggle to drink a bottle of this, either one of those.
Yeah, but if somebody was gonna give me just a little shot, I could do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that wasn't as bad.
No, and LMNT has a ton of fun flavors that are
They
pretty
do.
neutral: raspberry, watermelon, orange, citrus.
Yeah, they have citrus, they have some lemon limes.
They have chocolate. They have no flavor.
Ooh, we should have done chocolate
You do chocolate.
next time.
Okay. So yeah, so that was our taste test along with our tie-dye interview.
Very good.
Yeah. So thank you, BJ.
All right, thank you for
Yeah,
having
thank
me.
you.
All right, and so you don't have to stick around now anymore.
All right,
You're
so
released.
I can slide out.
You can slide out. There he goes. So, Kaitlin, do we have anything else that we need to cover since we've, run the gamut today?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the big thing, coming up in the area is Space Coast Marathon and Half Marathon, so just
Yes.
getting really excited for that. No panic training this week.
No panic training.
Don't go out and run 15 miles because you forgot that you have a marathon next weekend or a half marathon. Don't go running out super hard.
No.
All the things. So I don't think so. I don't even know how much excitement has happened
No.
this week to kind of share.
Well, training camp 2025.
Oh, yes.
Right around the corner.
Yep, so our spring camp will kick off on January 14th, and then we're going to have Run Like a Girl training camp. That's going to be 10 weeks this next year.